Getting high, closer to my dream.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. I'm Tasha Pierre with Forward Focus. Hope everyone's having a good day thus far. Happy Sunday! I was absent last week, and I know I said I was going to upload every week. Last week I was a little tired. I wasn't feeling too good. I was a little under the weather, just to be honest. And I just kept thinking about everyone. I said, you know what? I need to get on there, and I need to go ahead and just upload something for even 5 minutes. But I was so tired I couldn't do it, and I apologize. But I'm back today, and I'm not going to keep you guys long. I hope everybody had a great week, a week and a half actually, because it's been, the Sunday before last since I posted. But I hope everybody's been okay. My week's been going pretty good. Like I said, I was a little under the weather last week. I wasn't too sick, but I think I was just tired. I haven't been taking my vitamin D. And as you all know, I'm here in Alaska, and it's dark most of the day, And if you do not take that vitamin D and get up there, get out and exercise, you're going to get tired. And I think that's what happened to me last week. I didn't exercise. I was lazy. I laid down. I leave the office, come home, go to sleep, cook dinner, and then we'd eat, and I go right back to sleep. So I really didn't do anything last week, and I think that's what kept me sick, because sometimes it's in the mind. I always say that, when you're sick. Now, when you're really, really sick, of course, you need to get rest. But when you feel it coming down, if you just get up and say, you know what, I'm not going to let this defeat me. I'm going to get up and go about my day and continue doing everything I do daily. You don't think about it. And then at night when it's time to go to bed, you're knocked out. So I think that was my problem last week. I just went ahead and I knew I was coming down with something, but I didn't take heed of saying, okay, you know what, let me just get up and start going around so I won't let this defeat me. I laid down instead and just didn't feel like doing anything. But that's another story. I'm back. I'm feeling good. I'm revived. I went to church today. I'm blessed. But I wanted to get on here and just say a few words. I know we're on the self-care journey. I hope this video finds everybody in good health, good faith, everything. I was talking to my son. He's in college, and he had a little moment, and he's a motivator just like me. I've raised both of my kids to say, hey, when you start feeling that negativity bringing you down, start thinking something positive and say, you know what, I rebuke that. You're not going to have me down. I'm not going to get depressed. I got too much going for myself. So you got to motivate yourself. And he had called me today, and he was a little down, and I said, you know what mom tell you? When you start thinking about negative stuff, think about all the things that you're grateful for, the blessings you have. You woke up this morning, and he's an athlete in college. I say you're playing collegiate football, which you've always wanted to do. You're a straight A student. Think of all the positive things. Don't let the negative outweigh the positive. And I'm speaking to you guys in regards to that too. Especially this time of year, it's cold. I know some places it's cold because I'm originally from Florida. So, and my sisters there, they're wearing shorts in summertime and wintertime, So that's another story. But I'm speaking of ones, with the wintertime. And then we'll say, like we talked about these last other videos I've uploaded about during Christmas, the holiday time, a lot of people start getting frustrated. They start getting antsy. So even if you are in those warm places, it's still the holidays there. So, we're hustling, bustling, trying to get gifts, trying to make sure that we have everything, preparing for family to come, preparing ourselves to be around family, because some of us, it's kind of hard to be around family. So we have a lot going on during this time of year, so we can't let it get the best of us. What I want you to do is just sit back and say to yourself, you know what? What are all the things that I'm grateful of? If you're listening to this video, you're breathing, you have life, health, your health is good, your loved ones, if they're alive, they're healthy. You have a roof over your head. Think of all the positive things. There are a lot of positive things that outweigh the negative, And then if you do have some negative things, don't think about it. Just start working towards it. Don't let it defeat you. Because like I always say, when you start letting all the negative start defeating you, it brings you down. And then that comes with a lot of other things like health, You could have high blood pressure, A lot of things come with all that negativity. You don't want it bombarding your mind. So whenever you start feeling like, oh goodness, I don't have this, or I don't have the money for this, or we can't do this, or I can't do this for the kids, think of the positive things you've done for your children. You know, you have a roof over their head. They have food on the table. They have you. Long as you have breath in your body, you're able to make a difference for those kids. Because you know what? If you're gone, nobody's going to treat your kids like you do. You know, there are people who will love your kids. Don't get me wrong, they will, but they're not going to treat them like you. So you want to be grateful and thankful and say, hey, you know what? I'm alive. That's okay. What do I need to do to get what I need to get for my kids or get where I want to get with my family? Think about stuff like that. You know, you want to start thinking about positive things, because that's the problem with us. You know, it's so much going on in society right now to where you can get down. You know, we have all these different strains of the coronavirus coming out, you know, people losing jobs, you know, family members passing away. It's just, and I call that life. That's life, you know, and we're going to have that regardless if we want it or not. The negative is going to come in life. So you got to be prepared how to handle the negative. That's the thing. You got to learn how to handle the negative. It's going to hit you. It's going to come. If you're living and you're breathing and you have breath in your body, there's going to be obstacles that are going to come your way. But you got to prepare yourself and say, okay, how am I going to handle this? How am I going to handle these obstacles that are going to come in my way? And the way you handle those is say, you know what? I'm not going to let it defeat me. You allow all the negativity. What goes into your brain, you allow it. And what I mean by that is, if you're going to sit up and hang around negative people all day and they're talking negative and these are your homies, they've been your friends forever, whatever you call them, your friends. I know some back in the day we said homies, so that tells my age, right? But your friends, you know, if they're you've been around them for a long time, but they keep bringing you down and you're still hanging around them, you're allowing this. So you got to tell yourself, okay, I'm allowing myself hang around this negativity. So I can't get upset if I'm always sad or I'm depressed. You want to hang around people who are going to uplift you. You want to read books that are uplifting. You want to, if you're a Christian like I am, read your Bible. If not, you know, find whatever it is that makes you happy, your happy place. I talk about that all the time. We want to find our happy place. You have to find your happy place. And when you find your happy place, it brings so much joy in your life, so much joy. Because you know what? There's, like I said, and I've said it earlier, there's so much negativity going on in society right now that it's easy for you to get down. It's easy for you to get depressed because you turn on the news. What do you see? You see a lot of negative stuff. Even though we have to watch the news, you know, sometimes to keep up with what's going on in society. I'm a big advocate for that. You know, I limit my time of watching the news, but I have to watch some of it because I got to keep up with what's going on in society. We don't want to be blindsided by a lot of things that's going on. So we do have to watch that. But you take that in heed and say, okay, this is what I'm trying to get for information. I'm not going to let it bring me down. Limit your time on that. Limit your time on the internet, like I've said before. That can be a burden, going on the internet all day. And I know it's so hard for us. We're in different places and we'll have the phone and we just start I'm saying squirreling, Lord, strolling. We're just always like, oh my goodness. You'll go on one page and you'll go on the next page and you're here and so-and-so got a brand new car. So-and-so bought a house. So-and-so's credit is up to 800. And you're like, okay, my credit is down to 550 or 600. I'm upset because why is she getting all that, or he's getting all those blessings and I'm doing everything right and I'm not. Your mind starts getting bombarded with a whole bunch of negativity, you know? So you got to give yourself a limit of how much you spend time on the internet. Do not be on the internet like that. There is life after social media. There's life after modern technology. Of course, this day and time, we rely on it. It's society now. You know, I grew up back in, I was an 80s kid and a 90s teenager where we, you know, were just getting introduced to social media. It was not a big thing. I was at the time to where if a boy or a girl, if a guy asked you for his phone number, you tell it and he'd have to remember it in his head. We remembered stuff right here. Whereas now you just get the phone. What's your phone number? You save it. Nobody knows nobody's phone numbers no more. Back in the day, we had to remember, I had like about 5-6 phone numbers saved in my head, you know, for my friends. Because, you know, we didn't have modern technology. We had to write it down on a piece of paper, and then by looking at it, you remember. And that's what we did. Now, I couldn't even tell you and I'm bad too, because I can't even tell you my son or my daughter's phone number. I have it saved in my phone. I just go straight to it and press her name and press his name and I'm there. So, you know, we rely on that so much. So sometimes we got to take a step back and stop relying on modern technology and learn how to, what I always say, and I know it's funny, learn how to smell the roses. And my analogy on that is get out, take a walk, find something to do, window shop. You know, if you don't have the money, window shop. Do that, make goals of, hey, I see that, I want to get that, and one day I'm going to get that. What do I need to do to get that? Things that's going to make you happy. Read a good book. I was never a reader really. One thing about me, I made my kids read. They had libraries when they were young, but I didn't. I wasn't raised like that to get in the room and you have to have at least 30 minutes to an hour of reading time. I wasn't pushed that. My parents didn't push that. They were great parents, but it's just something they didn't push. But as I started having kids and I got older, I said, okay, that's one thing I'm going to make sure my kids do. They will have limited time on watching television and they're going to read. It helps. It helps stimulate the mind. I just started reading more now and I'm enjoying it, because I've been so busy with life. Like I say, I wasn't raised to start reading. But as I've gotten older now, and the kids are older, and I'm like, hey, let me just start reading. And I start reading, I'm like, oh my goodness. It's like it's flourishing to the mind. So it's something that's positive. Whatever it is that takes you in your happy place, you want to go there. We all want to go there. We don't always want to sit up here and just be on the internet looking down at modern technology. I was going to say social media, but it is modern technology. But we don't want to go in there and do that all day. Get out and start looking at life. This right here is not always life. And I'm talking about in this little camera right here. Life is out here where we're at, of the flesh. You want to get out and enjoy it. That's why a lot of us, we don't even know how to hold conversation anymore. I'll see a lot. I have a site. A lot of you can go and take a look at it. It's on Facebook. It's professionals, Black expats on Facebook. And I've had some of our members on there who say, they're like, Tasha, nobody knows how to communicate. I'll go on a date with a guy and he doesn't know what to say. Or he'll send me texts and he wants to text me all day. Or she, vice versa. Because we're on social media all day. We don't know how to communicate and talk with other individuals. Believe me, it's reviving. It's, oh my goodness, flourishing when you're able to have a logical conversation with someone. And I mean a conversation, not texting, Because you know why? By doing that, it takes away you being able to hold communication with other individuals. Because it's so easy just to text. Get out and just start talking to people. Go out for lunch date. And I'm not saying it has to be a date. If it's just a friend, girlfriend or boyfriend, hey, let's go out and have lunch. Let's go out and have lunch and just talk. Put your phones down. Put your phones down and communicate. That helps. It helps revive the mind as well. Get off of this. Get off of this. Yes, I'm saying, yeah, you come on here and I give you these positive, uplifting moments. But once you do that, get out. Get off of social media, because that can be bombarding. You gotta motivate yourself, guys. You're gonna have to. That's where it starts. Motivate yourself, and then once you start motivating yourself, I am a big advocate for going out and seeking help as a therapist. I'm available. There's so many different therapists out there. That's what we're there for, to help. But it has to start with you. A lot of people, they come to us. I've told you guys before, I'm in my last year of my doctorate's degree in psychology. And I was reading the other day where Freud, he stated, he has these different psychoanalyst information that he talks about to his clients. And he says he came up with, there's a lot of therapists that came up with these different analytics. I'm getting tongue-tied today. Analytics that are saying, hey, let's come up with this and teach the client that, you know what, you got to start learning how to handle things on your own. We want to empower them. And that's something that I've always believed in as a therapist. I like to empower my clients. I want to give it back to you because you have it here. You just don't know you have it. A lot of clients, they come to us and say, hey, I want you to fix my problem. Okay, we can help you fix it. But nobody can fix your problem but you guys. It has to start with you. And the first step, like I always say, is coming to us and saying, hey, I need this help. I need this help. This is my problem. I just don't know how to help this problem. And then that's what a therapist is there for, to help guide you. But you got to put in the footwork and the leg work as well. You know what I'm saying? You have to. So what I'm trying to get back and say to you all is, you determine your happiness. You determine your destiny. When you start feeling down and out and frustrated and flustered and feel like the whole world is coming down on you, You want to sit up and say, okay, you know what? I'm not going to let this get to me. I'm not going to let this get to me. Start thinking about the positive things in your life. Start thinking about the things that's good. You're breathing. You're breathing and you're living. You're living. Because if you're thinking about the situation, your heart is beating. So you know what? You can make a difference. Okay, I got this problem. Now let's just go ahead and see how I can handle and fix this problem. Think about the positive things. Don't let the negative things get you down. You know, we're coming up on Christmas soon, guys, and I want you all to have a wonderful holiday. Wonderful holiday. Don't beat yourself up, like I've said before in my last videos, if you can't get everything that you need to get. Get what you can get. You know, it's the best thing about the holidays is long as you have your family and all of you all are healthy. That's the main thing. That's all you want is healthy. And long as you're living and you're breathing, you're able to get everything situated. So I'm not going to hold you all too long. I just wanted to get on here, give you some encouraging words, and I hope you all have a great week. I will be back next Sunday. I promise. Like I said last week, I felt so bad I wasn't able to go ahead and come on here, but I was a little down and under the weather. Maybe I needed you all to motivate me. But have a great week, and I will definitely see you all next week. Bye-bye.
I'm getting high.